nil. This is Full-Time Devils. Your reactions are coming in thick and fast. What's going on? Right then, are we on? This is Full-Time Devils. You just heard me speak then and before, a bit premature. Manchester City 0, Manchester United 2, winning at Old Trafford, doing the double over Man City for the first time in so many years, and you are all watching, raving, going crazy in the comment section. This is your time to shine and your time to have a chat with us about the brilliant result that just happened there at Old Trafford, and what a way to end the game. Scott McTominay coming in out of nowhere, the feeling, your heart was in your mouth, wasn't it? Wow, what a moment of football that was. 0345 111 7625. If you're new to this show, this is a football phone-in. This is a Manchester United phone-in. This is where you call up and you talk about how good that performance was from Manchester United. I shut up and I let you, the United fans, do the talking. Hello, Sam. How are you doing?
I'm all right. After that, of course.
After that, what an absolutely unbelievable result for Manchester United. Where were you watching it? How good was that?
So, I had a bit of car problems. I couldn't go to the pub, so I unfortunately had to watch it at home.
Okay.
Look, it's still absolutely. I can still scream as loud as I want in my basement. I enjoyed every bit of that, and I'm going to work in an hour and a half. And my boss is a City supporter, so I'm going to be enjoying that too.
Your boss is a City supporter. So who was the man of the match for you? It was a tricky second half. Let's not say United walked away with it. The second half was mostly City's. They dominated, but then it was, United get a bit lucky in times, yes, but it was the players. They all come together. They all stuck together. The actual community, the feel of the squad feels like it's united. Feels like it's like a big family, because when you saw the celebrations at the end, you got to be happy with that, Sam. Big charge for Champions League football now.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we're in a position in both Europa League and now Premier League. We can keep our doors open in both of those competitions. Second half, I think for the whole game, even if you took away his goal, Anthony Martial, who I've been critical of in terms of him not working enough. What I hope happened is Ollie got a hold of him and said, I expect more of an effort from you. And I think that's what we saw today. He contributed in all areas of the pitch. I can recall a few times making a few crucial tackles in wider areas. So even though he scored what would have been the winner if Ederson hadn't stunk the place up,
yeah,
he was absolutely class today.
Wow, it's unbelievable. Sam, you've got to let me. I've just got to let you know I've got so many calls. Thank you for calling. I've got to rattle through these, Sam. Enjoy your time and make sure you let your boss know Manchester is red. Okay, Sam?
Yeah, we'll do.
See you later, Sam. Thank you very much for calling. This is Full-Time Devils. You're watching the Manchester football phone-in. You call now 0345 111 7625, wherever you are around the world, and you can get in touch with us. Danny is on the phone. Danny came on the phone when we beat Derby 3-0 midweek, and he said that we got a chance of winning today. Danny, you were right, mate.
Yeah, mate. What did I tell you?
What did I tell you? I listened, mate. I listened.
What was Mo saying? That this run's not good enough. We've just beaten Manchester City at home 2-0. 2-0. My birthday is tomorrow, and Man United have given me an early birthday present.
An early birthday present.
I'm absolutely buzzing.
Danny, talk me through, Danny, that last couple of moments when McTominay put that ball in the back of the net. What was going through your mind?
Mate, scenes. Chairs were being thrown, tables were being overturned. I'm telling you, that last 10 minutes was a bit nervy, a bit tense, but you just could see how united the team was. I mean, if that was like 10 games ago, the defence was united. I remember Saka winning his tackles, Lindelof winning his headers in the air, Maguire being tough in the back, the Shaw sliding in, Bailly when he came on, Bailly had an impact. It was just a thorough Manchester United performance, and you know what? This season, the momentum's getting, it's getting there for that top four charge. Now, obviously, people might say that, City had a weakened team. They were missing key players like De Bruyne, Laporte, but still, they are Manchester City. They're our fiercest rivals. They have got a good squad, not going to lie, but we've just done them over twice at the Etihad and once at home. Now, all I've got to say is Manchester is red.
Yeah, indeed. And you got to say as well, you know, if you're looking at that, you know, we're missing Rashford up top, we're missing Pogba in the middle. You know, you can argue that United are missing some big players, but the title charge is definitely on. I mean, what a way to really kickstart it.
Yeah, it's kick-started it. Obviously, like we said, it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. But 11 games unbeaten. 11 games unbeaten. Now, that's progress. Now, Rashford, if he comes back, within the end of the season, Pogba comes back. You know, we've got players on the sideline, and to be honest with you, competitions for the places are getting tough, and he's bringing the best out of players.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, look at Fred. Fred's had this awesome second half of the season, and he's performing well. Today, he was my man of the match. Fred was my man of the match today. The way he just conducted that midfield, the way that he just had the City, attack on strings. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Raheem Sterling used to ask Aaron Wan-Bissaka, can I go out tonight? Because he had him in his pocket all game.
Do you think you let him?
You know, I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is just going to keep him in his pocket until he puts his pants in the laundry and he makes a churning noise. But at the end of the day, it's just a thorough Manchester United performance. Manchester's red, and it only bodes well for the top four race. Now, let's just hope that City can put their passports back in the drawer and we can get into the Champions League. Yeah,
let me just tell you about the coming up games for United and for Chelsea. These big games you might want to listen out to. We got Tottenham next in the Premier League, which is going to be tough. Away at Tottenham, Jose Mourinho under a bit of pressure. Is he losing it a bit? Sheffield United game is postponed at the minute, but we've got Brighton, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Southampton, Crystal Palace. So an all right run of games. Chelsea go to Aston Villa. They have Man City in the mix of that with Leicester City and West Ham and Watford and Crystal Palace as well. So pretty standard games in a way. You think that they might win.
Of course, but standard games, but we've just got to take it a game at a time. Now, you've seen Ole's record against the top six. It's up there. But the banana skin for us this season has been against the weaker teams. So all I can say to the Manchester United fans is just take it a game at a time, not to get complacent. Of course, enjoy the derby victory, but we've got a long way to get to that top four. But if the past 10, 11 results have shown us, there is things to be positive and the top four charges on. But like I said, obviously, we've just been slipping up against, the minor teams in the bottom half. Now, if we could improve that record and the record that we've had against the top six, we could have been in the top two. Forget City. City could have been fourth. Now, obviously, just take it a game at a time. One game at a time. Obviously, have a good cup run, and you know what? It might be a successful season for Manchester United.
Indeed. Danny, thank you very much for your call, mate. Enjoy yourself. See you later, Danny. Right, we have got a load of people watching. Listen, if Ollie is at the wheel, smash the like button. We're on 94 likes. We need to get to 100. Let's get over 100. Smash that like button if Ollie is at the wheel. Someone has let us know. They've paid a little message here saying Bruno has been a breath of fresh air. Someone who needs some fresh air is Jay. How you doing, Jay? Just coming from Old Trafford.
I've just broke the world speed record getting here after the game. I actually missed McSauce's goal though. That's the only thing.
Do you know how chaos it was? Have you
No.
talk me through it?
Yeah.
Right, so
fill me in, mate. I missed it.
Through it. How was the best way to describe it? I should have Dan on the line. Wait a second. Let me see if Danny's there. Dan, you're there from Blackburn, aren't you?
Yeah.
How you doing, mate? Right, we're going to talk this goal through to Jay, who's just left Old Trafford in the final moments. How would you describe McSauce's goal?
How would I describe it? Just delirium. It was basically City were pushing. Edison got the ball, tried to throw it out.
Left his goal. Right.
Yeah, left his goal. Tried to throw it out. I can't remember which defender he was throwing it to. Threw it way too long. I think the zip of the ball in the rain as well probably helped a bit. And McTominay ran onto it. And just as in my mind, I was kind of thinking, should he just get it and be running into the corner? And he just said to himself, fuck that, I'm just shooting. And he just pinged it right in the net. And it just all kicked off.
It was unbelievable. Edison nowhere to be seen. He ran back to his net. He knew what was going on. And you got to give credit to McTominay as well. It's not the easiest finish, that. Rain tumbling down. Manchester derby. You were quite far out. You got to put the ball in the back of the net. But well done to him. So we'll speak to Jay a bit later on about what's he like inside Old Trafford. But Dan, for you, how was that match?
Absolutely awesome. Over the blue moon. Yeah, it was great. I had a feeling. I think a lot of people kind of did from what I was seeing on social media. Just a feeling around the place. Because I've always said I think the fans are a large part of what gets you over the line in games. The feelings just got so much better from Bruno coming in and just lifting the entire place. And I think everybody had a good feeling about the game and thought we could probably do it. I must admit, I was a little bit worried in the second half. I felt like we kind of receded a bit early for me. It just felt like we said, right, second half, we're just going to sit here and defend and try and counter. So it was worrying towards the end of the game. With the substitutions, I was a little bit confused by it, but it got the job done. And yeah, I thought Matic was class. I mean, a lot of people were, but Matic was class today, and hopefully that'll quieten down some of the people who think that all the players at United should be 20 and under. Just because you're over 30 doesn't mean that you can't play for United. So yeah, he was great. The goal was taken well worked between Bruno and Martial. I did think that Martial, there was a couple of times, and I like to see that Bruno was sort of screaming at people and screaming at Martial. There was a couple of times where he probably could have squared it to Bruno. I think they were both maybe in the first half, and the game could have been over from there. Yeah. But he'll perhaps learn from that a little bit. And James as well. He had a chance where he shot and he could have squared it again in the middle and maybe sort of sealed the game earlier. But,
you take the 2-0 though, don't you, Dan? You take the 2-0.
Oh, all day.
Unbelievable,
all day.
Dan. Dan, I've got to get through all these callers, mate, but absolutely wonderful to speak to you. Dan called in there from Blackburn. Legend, always calls in. Sometimes not being that happy, but today, Manchester Derby 2-0. What was it like, Jay?
Mate,
what was it like?
What? I'm a bit gutted that I missed the absolute scenes at the end.
But it's all right.
But it's all right. My nerves were fraying. I sort of agreed with what Dan was saying. I mean, obviously getting the goal relatively early was great. Everyone was going mad. I thought City fans were quiet, really quiet. They were pretty silent, to be honest with you, in the ground. United fans I was in a Stretford end getting behind the team, but the substitutions worried me a little bit. The time it took to make any substitutions and the way we were inviting pressure, it smacked a little bit of like Liverpool at home. I thought this is all set up for them to get a late equaliser because City were just piling on the pressure. But obviously the boys even dug deep and got what is a massive result, especially with Chelsea getting their result. Not only, listen, forget about the league for a minute, bragging rights and winning a derby at Old Trafford for the first time in the league for 5 years, whatever it's been, matters. But also, we needed a win today because if we're going to get into that top four with Chelsea battling Everton, we needed a win and we've done it. And what's that now with Ollie and Pep?
I think he's quite well. He's done him 3 times this season.
How many managers do that?
I know, 3 times this season in one season. You got both Etiads and wow, unbelievable.
That's brilliant. He deserves that.
Lovely bit of Ollie. We don't quite know. I can't confirm this, but he turned around and he did a little look into the stand. I think he was looking for either his family or maybe Sir Alex Ferguson.
He might have been looking for me.
Looking for you. Where's
He's looking for me and I was on my way here. Was that at the end?
Stephen's here. Stephen, how you doing, mate?
How's it going, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Are you buzzing?
Yeah. Obviously, very happy that we won 2-0. That's crazy. Didn't think we were going to do it. I thought Man City were going to absolutely wipe us. But good that we got the win, But I completely agree with the previous caller, actually, with the substitutions and the way we played in the second half. I just found that really, really strange.
We got lucky, didn't we, in a way?
Yeah, we got. To be honest, I don't want to be too negative, but I think we got really, really, really lucky today. I think Man City did show us that why they're so far ahead of us today, but we got lucky. We dug deep. That's just something we can kick on with. But we really do need to improve massively to get anywhere near Man City next season.
Stephen, can I just ask you? You say we were lucky, and Man City, showed us how far behind we are and things like that. But I don't know. I mean, I sort of get where you're coming from, but a lot of it, I thought we matched them a lot of the time. I thought, yeah, okay. They were all over us for a big section of the game, but they were chasing the game. They needed a win, and it's different. And if you're leading and you're sort of ahead, and also, I don't know, from where I looked as well, Martial took a right clattering from Edison. and I think that slowed him down. And obviously, you know, you're sort of relying on a striker who's carrying a bit of a knock. I think that might have played a part in the substitutions as well. We didn't have many options. So don't know. I get where you're coming from. I just thought that City, for me, we rattled them. Yes, they were all over us. I agree with that completely. For a good 40 minutes, it was non-stop pressure. But you'd expect that. And the short and long of it is they couldn't break us down. They couldn't get that goal, you know, and they tried.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I think that whilst, yes, we did ride our luck a little bit, I think for me, and I've been a big critic of Ole when it comes to his in-game management, especially I'm pretty pro Ole in terms of a manager. I think we should stick with him. But his in-game management sometimes lets him down. But I think you have to hold your hands up and say, you know what? Considering what he had to work with, he got it right.
Yeah. Do you think that, Stephen?
I do think that. I agree with that, you know, completely, because he didn't have a lot to work with, and he had to, you know, in-game tactics and you know, all that, what you were saying is completely right. You know, he didn't have a lot to work with, and he did what he needed to do today, completely. And I completely agree with that. It's just, I was saying that if Man City had KDB on the pitch or Mahrez from the beginning, I think the game would have been completely different, to be honest. And that's why I was just saying that. They were just showing us. I think, you know, Pep, he could just turn around and say, I could have started with KDB and Mahrez, and the game would have been over in like the first half an hour, just like in the League Cup. But, you know, you know, it was a good win today. And,
do you think he got it wrong, Stephen? Stephen, he brought Mahrez on with half an hour, with 40 minutes to go. Do you think Pep Guardiola got his tactics wrong today?
I think he should have gone with this complete first team, for sure, because now Liverpool can go to the Etihad and win the title there, I believe, right?
Yeah, if City, Liverpool can actually win the league without kicking a ball now, because if City get beat, which I don't think will happen, because they've got Arsenal, which they're always quite good at. I don't know who's after that, but then they can go to face City at the Etihad, and that's when they
so they could have a guard of honour.
Yeah, they could have a guard of honour. The Etihad could have a guard of honour. Thank God we played Liverpool twice. Dead quickly.
Imagine that, mate. I would not go to that game.
Stephen, thank you very much for your call, mate. We're going to go over to Florida now. TJ, this is the football phone in the fan reaction. Me and Jay chatting on Full Time Devils. We obviously got Fancams on the way. Jay's just come from Old Trafford. He's absolutely got it in record time. We are obviously on the comments section as well, reading some of those out. But if you think Manchester is red, smash like for us. TJ, how's it like in Florida?
Oh, it's sunny, man. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, very good, mate.
TJ.
How you guys doing?
Doing all right, mate?
Good, man. I'm buzzing. I am buzzing. It's finally good to finally see a United team put Man City to the sword twice in the season in the league, like home and away. It's been a while since United has done this.
Yeah. When was it?
The last time we did the league double over City? Mate, I don't know. I mean, I can't remember. It's got to be. Are we going in the 90s?
Yeah, we're going in.
Are we going in at 94 or something? Someone will have the stats. You know what it is, guys? Get involved in the comments. But,
get involved.
I mean, we've not beat him at Old Trafford in the league since Van Gaal, which says it all. At home in the league. Yeah, since Van Gaal. Didn't happen under Jose at all. Didn't happen under Moyes.
Get into the comment section. I think we're just having one more problem with TJ, his line in Florida, and Jay. So let's just do a little close of this. But yeah, read out what's happening in the comment section.
Everyone's sort of buzzing, first time listening. And it's great. Manchester is red. League double. Wow. Someone's saying 09-10 for the last time we did the double.
Crikey.
Someone else is saying 06-7. But someone else is saying 09-10, yeah, a lot of 09-10. So it's 10 years since we've done the league double.
I think it'll be another fucking 10 years.
It doesn't want to be. Listen, I can't be 50 years old, but next time this happens. Someone else has put Igalo holds the ball really good. Kieran saying that. Beat them 3 times in a season. Laughing emojis, says Frank. Yeah, it feels good, that, doesn't it?
It does feel good.
Do you know what? I know the League Cup, okay, we went out. So it's not like, I'm not one of those fans who go, but we went out. But still, to beat them twice at the Etihad.
Do you know the only
way in the league?
The only negative I'm getting here, I will bring up the negative we'll get out of the way with. Daniel James is getting a bit of stick.
Yes.
What did you make of his performance?
He can be frustrating. I was a little bit frustrated with him in the first half. I thought he should have done better with his shot. It seemed to me like a bit of a glorified pass back.
Yeah.
And in the second half, I think his final ball or his decision making leaves a little bit to be desired. Again, it's different. I don't have the benefit of replays, but when he had a shot in the second half at the near post to Edison, to me, it looked like he should have squared it to Bruno. It looked like Bruno was on. It looked like he had no chance whatsoever of beating Henderson at his near post. I know we got a corner out of it, but I was a little bit frustrated with that. I think Dan James has got bags of pace. We know that he can get past players, but he's just got to be a little bit smarter with his final ball. Hopefully that can come. He's still a young lad. It's his first season in top flight football ever. So yes, he's 21 or 22, so he's not a kid. But he's not had much experience at this level. And I think part of the problem with Daniel James is a little bit like Ollie in many ways. He sort of made a rod for his own back with the start he had.
100%.
He scored 2 in 3 games, whatever, and two worldies, and everyone's like, "Oh, this guy, he's ready."
Yeah, he's class. I did enjoy him. I thought we put up a big fight today. What was it like when Fernandes did that free kick today? What was it like in the start of the stadium? Because I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. It was just, we got lucky there, didn't we, with this shit?
Like I didn't know what was going on. I was at the other end. I was at the Stretford end, and all we saw was like Martial just sort of poke it home. I think it was. I don't know about the finish, but it was just chaos, mate. Limbs everywhere, limbs all over the shop, as they say. It was just like everyone was diving about. It was great. Also, there was none of that sort of VAR nonsense where you're waiting for a decision. It was like pretty clear cut. It was a goal. A little bit of a worry as well, because I don't know what it's like at home, but obviously when you're at the game, you don't have the benefit of knowing what is going on with VAR. So when they scored, the goal that was disallowed, I think was Aguero.
Yeah, Aguero's goal.
We saw the flag go up. We saw David De Gea stop, the defenders stop, but we didn't know if he was onside or not. Now, a similar thing happened at Arsenal, where Aubameyang scored, the flag went up and it was a goal. So it was a little bit of a nervy moment there. But on the whole, I thought, listen, the crowd at Old Trafford, I don't know if it came through on the telly for people watching it on the TV, but the crowd was fantastic.
Hold on, Adam Keyworth, Man City, big fan, has just walked into the building. You won't see him, but he's doing a little podcast there.
I'll be with him shortly.
2-0, 2-0. He's coming in. Lock the door.
Come on, let him in.
Where is he?
Come on,
where is he? Come on, Keyworth.
Come on, full-time Devils, son.
Come on. Oh, he's shaking our hand.
Come on.
Come on. Hold on.
There we go.
That's nice, isn't it? We're only friendly.
I broke the world record. Don't worry, me and you'll be picking up in 6 minutes. We've got lots to discuss.
Oh, we're just having little technical difficulties here with our phoning system.
Because so many people want to ring in.
Yeah, so many people want to ring in. Just making sure, Nat, have you got yours loaded up out there? We can still chat in the comment section. Let's get into that. Man of the matches, big man of the match. What would you say?
Someone's not said man of the match, but they said Wan-Bissaka was quality. Someone else is saying Fred should have had a penalty. I know he got booked. For me, I couldn't see it. He didn't kick off about it, so I thought it was a dive, but I'm not sure. For me, man of the match, I'd go with Matic, you know.
Matic?
I thought Matic.
Did you really think he was that good?
I did.
Well,
I don't know, but I think Matic sometimes, I've said this before on social media and got absolutely hammered, but he just does the simple things, and in the midfield, where we needed him, he did that. He kept breaking up the play. He kept getting hold of the ball. He was starting a lot of our moves, sort of to transitions and everything else. So I thought he did really well today, Nemanja Matic, especially considering that, 3 or 4 months ago we all thought he was going out the door. Thought he played well. Thought Fred played well. Bruno, probably not his best game for United, but that doesn't mean it was a bad one by any stretch of the imagination. Still a very good game. And Wan-Bissaka. Why does Raheem Sterling even bother anymore?
No, I felt sorry for Sterling.
I won't go that far.
What does this?
I didn't feel sorry.
Yeah, I didn't feel sorry for him. We'll chat a bit to Daniel Corden about obviously Manchester United Champions League hopes now. What does that mean for you, Jay? What do you think?
It's up for the taking, and it's there for the taking. Sorry, Chelsea I think have taken 13 points out of the last 30. So that's not great form. I know they got a big win today. Spurs are having a Jose Mourinho-esque implosion already.
Yeah.
They got a point against Burnley, sort of stopped the rot a little bit.
The Burnley game was awful as well.
Yeah, but things aren't happy there. And Jose's been third season Jose in his first season at Spurs,
unreal.
Which doesn't bode well for them. Arsenal pretty much almost out of it, I think. And I never say never, but it's going to be very difficult for them. So yeah, I mean, in Leicester.
Yeah,
faltering.
Leicester.
They've got a massive game on Monday against Villa.
Yeah, they're all crumbling around. Who knows? We can sneak through.
If we get into the top 4, then I think that's it's not an amazing achievement, but it's very, very good, and I think Ollie deserves credit.
We're having technical difficulties. Just restarting this computer, but it does mean we can still.
Winning. That's what it is. Can't cope with winning all these games. I know.
Right, if Manchester is ready, smash the like button. I can see so many of you watching now. Who wants to say sell Lingard to Inter Milan? I don't care about Lingard anymore. We're talking about the defence as well. Maguire looking strong in the back. I mean, David De Gea.
Do you think I might take an issue with that?
I thought he looked all right against Aguero.
I don't think Harry Maguire had his best game for Manchester United today. I thought he did okay, but
clean sheet.
But still, sometimes, come on, mate. Some of the simple things were like, a bit dodgy. Some of his passing, especially.
Here, question: if we're going into a big game, say we're going into a Europa final or an FA Cup final, is that the sort of system you want to see Ollie play with 5 at the back?
I'm not a massive fan of it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a massive fan of 2 holding midfielders. I get it against City.
I get it against City.
But this sort of idea that you have to have 2 holding midfielders that seems to have been the sort of modus operandi for about 5 years.
What was he say then?
Modus operandi.
What does that mean? Modus operandi.
Have you ever been nicked?
But a modus operandi.
I did Latin at school in Salford. Behave. Barely did English. This idea that you have to have 2 holding midfielders even for the lesser games, so-called lesser games, I think is a nonsense. And I think if we did have, say, Paul Pogba played some games this season, or if we brought in a Grealish or a Maddison, then why can't you have 2 attacking midfielders alongside, another midfielder alongside Bruno and Fred or McTominay or Matic in the hole? I don't think you need to have 2 holding midfielders. So the 5 at the back or 3 at the back and wing backs, I'm not a massive fan of it. It's done okay. I still think there's issues there. A little bit. Again, I'm nitpicking slightly because it is a good result, but I felt at times Williams and Shaw looked a little bit uncertain in that together. Who was going, who was staying, who was sort of covering what, and obviously that'll come with time if we do stick with it. I know they've only tried it for a few weeks now or whatever, so it's a bit too early doors to sort of say it doesn't work, let's scrap it. But I'm not a massive fan. I prefer to see a flat back 4, if I'm honest. I'm old school, mate. I'm old.
I old flat back 4. I kind of agree with you there. I thought that what am I trying to say? I think Lindelof and Maguire, I did like when Bailly came on. Don't you see how much of when Bailly came on? I saw
Bailly came on and put it into Rose Ed and clatter Sterling, which got a massive cheer.
A slightly bit more confidence when Bailly came on. I don't know if he's just bouncing off the game on that he's played recently, so I'm just making sure this computer is still fucked. Sorry about everyone who's trying to call in. The little white lines, as soon as they disappear, we're allowed to go. Maybe we can get Jay on. Hold on. Jay, you there? Jay? Franklin, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah.
We got Franklin on. I apologise. Jay, we'll speak to you in a second.
Right.
Franklin from Spain. Big Gagalo fan. He's from Nigeria. He told us he was going to score loads of goals.
Fantastic.
He did all right today. I mean, anything. He kind of set up McTominay's goal in a weird way. What are your feelings, Franklin?
Yeah, I just... First of all, how are you guys?
Very
buzzing,
good, Franklin.
Mate. Absolutely
Bit
buzzing.
technical difficulties, but thank you everyone for watching. Smash the like button if you think Manchester is red, and call the number as well. Get on. How are you, Franklin, in Spain?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's a sunny day in Spain and it's a sunny day in Manchester as well.
Yes, it is indeed. What did you make of that then,
Excellent, Franklin.
What was the highlight for you?
Yeah, I think the highlights of the game is McTominay, being one of our homegrown player in a big game like that, coming in and hitting the ball like that. It's just a spectacular way of winning a derby, like what we had back in the days when Paul scores last minute, Robert Van Persie, and as well as Michael Owen. This kind of way of winning the game, like just putting the game to bed. It's such a good game, First of all.
Oh, Franklin, where are you, Franklin? Franklin, we've just lost Franklin.
Oh, I was enjoying that.
I was enjoying it. Franklin was on a roll then as well. I don't know what's going on. Why is this computer breaking? I think whoever owns this is a City fan and they're secretly watching somewhere and they keep breaking our computer because it keeps crashing on us.
He did make a good point though.
He did make a good point.
It's like old school United, going back to the days of last minute winners against City. Owen, he mentioned Scholes. Remember the Scholes header at the Etihad?
Yeah.
Around Robbie Van Persie's free kick. I know it wasn't a winner tonight, somebody's goal, it just sort of sealed the win. But yeah, that sort of last minute feeling, you can't beat it, can you? I was running to my car and I heard the cheer, and I thought that's a cheer from. I thought it was the final whistle when I heard that cheer. And then I realised it. I went quickly online and I saw that McTominay got the goal. And I was
City fan Lemon Keyworth still giving it us a bit out there, crazy guy.
At least he turned up this time. Last time when we beat him in the Etihad, he didn't turn up.
Did he not? He
made up some excuse. He was on a train in Leeds or something.
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah. Maybe we should assess Ollie's role at Manchester United. This man is going to be with your club next season, isn't he? I think there's not much, even if he fails to get Champions League football now.
I don't know. I have no faith, as you know, in this board.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Now, if Ollie was to say, get knocked out of Europa, get knocked out of the FA Cup, and finish 6th, does he still keep his job? Right now, we're having a Paris moment, aren't we?
Yeah, we're having a buzzing.
Ollie's at the wheel, give him the job. But if the results go pear-shaped, would this board, and we don't make Champions League, and we don't win any silverware, would this board stick with him next season? The noises are that they would.
Yes,
we've heard those noises before. They gave Jose a contract in January and sacked him in December. So there's I don't have any faith in this board to stick with him. Personally, I think the signs are there. I think he's doing a lot of the right things, and I'd like to see him being given more time. I've always said he deserves to end the season anyway, and I think that's a given. But I'd like to be seeing him beyond that. But it's a results business, innit? Do you know what I mean? And if he doesn't get us into the Champions League and we don't win any silverware, with a certain Maurizio Pochettino lingering about, waiting for a job, then Ollie's going to be under pressure. So I think he's got sort of one foot off the goal queue, but he's still got a little way to go. Yeah, it's not set in stone just because mainly I don't have any faith in his board. They're so reactionary.
A lot of sexy people in the comment section.
What do you mean?
Like, as in trying to get us to watch sexy videos.
Sex people?
Sexy video people.
Sexy video
trying to get all the United fans, whilst they're high on life, to go over and see what
they're trying to get us to watch the game again.
Yay! Confidence going into our next game is obviously Europa. It's against Lask. Don't know much about Lask. Have you done your research into the big fan?
I did a preview.
Did you?
Preview. No, I did a reaction, sorry. I think we know that they've played Sporting, so they played Bruno Fernandes, and in one game, I think they won one game and they lost the other game, and he played very well against them, got man of the match and scored, I think. So I'm hoping that he can recreate that and tear them apart as well.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, there's just that confidence now, isn't there? With Bruno in the team, there's that confidence. You have that sort of feeling that, I don't know, it just feels different. A few weeks ago, before he got here, he's going into games, no disrespect to Pereira and Lingard, but they're not in the same class. When you're going into games with them as your number 10 or them as your sort of you attacking midfielder, it's not great. But with him now, he's just making things happen. He's giving us that bit of belief. And also, as Franklin mentioned, or he didn't get a chance to mention, but I'm sure he would have done, Igalo.
Igalo, indeed. Let's speak to Mohammed whilst we can before this breaks. I feel like we're drip feeding you callers from around the world as well. Thank you very much for getting in touch. We'll read your comments out, so keep them coming in. Mohammed, you're through. Mo, what was that like? Unbelievable scenes.
Yeah, it was a good performance, but just want to shout out to James. Not seen you in a while. You all right, kid?
Hey, you all right, mate? How's it going?
No, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Good man.
But yeah, I just want to say it was a good performance. Obviously, a massive run with Chelsea winning as well today. But all the United fans out there, they're all going to be jumping up and down. But I don't want to, just tell everyone the truth. But apart from Tottenham, we've got Sheffield United, Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa, Southampton, Palace, West Ham.
It could be ours to lose, basically, couldn't it? You know what I mean? It's in our hands here.
Do you worry about that, Bill Mohammed, in a weird way? Because those are the sort of games we tend to struggle in. It's weird, isn't it?
Because this is our season. We've beat top teams in December. We've beat Spurs and Man City, and the next game we got smashed by some shit team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just our season completely.
Yeah, there's the Sheffield United game.
I got a slight bit of confidence from the win against Derby midweek, and thought, because obviously you shouldn't get confidence from a 3-0 win against a Championship side, a struggling Championship side, so to speak. Yeah. But they were the kind of games that you'd slip up in a way. An FA Cup game going against your old rivals such as Rooney, they're the kind of games that Derby might catch a 1-0 win and we look shit.
This is the thing as well. He doesn't get a lot of credit for it all. He's sort of shuffled his pack relatively well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's kept us in both cups. He's kept us in the top 4 shout as well. We've had not a lot of injuries, but some of the injuries we've had. Pogba out for most of the season, Martial out beginning of the season, Rashford out for a big chunk of the season, and yet we're still in the hunt for the sort of three competitions we need to be. So it's done all right. And he got to the semis of the League Cup. I know that's not exactly a parade tackle, but not too bad.
Would you take a couple of finals?
No, not if we. I'd take him if we're winning.
Yeah, but what if we lose?
I wouldn't take a losing final. Mohammed, would you take a losing final?
No.
No, I'd get. Yeah, right, what I'm trying to say is, even if
take trophies, man.
Yeah, I think the board would take a final. I think the board would take a final.
I'd say, tell you what.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I just want to say one last thing before I go.
Go on, mate.
I mean, birds, always fly with their own kind. Like you get eagles with eagles, crows with crows. That's the reason why I think Woodward and the Glazers, they love Ollie, because they can just manipulate him. But at the end of the day, Ollie, you might win today, but you're still a jackal amongst sheep and a snake in a man's skin.
Oh, mate, that's harsh on Ollie, that. Hey, Mohammed, give me firing shots at Ollie.
Firing shots and hanging up like you won't believe how quick he hung up then, didn't he?
After the derby win, listen, I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again. I've got absolutely no time for the Glazers and even less time for Ed Woodward.
Jay, I think you're back. Jay, how you doing, Jay? Sorry about that, and apologies again if we lose you, Jay. What about Mohammed's last point there, where he said that...
he said Ed Woodward's a jackal amongst sheep or something.
And that Ollie's a snake in human form. Did he say that?
I don't know. He went off on a tangent there about him.
Go on, Jay.
It was, he went royal one, didn't he? No, today was good. It was a proper derby performance, wasn't it? We stuck in from start to finish. I think we all knew we weren't going to have much in the ball, but City didn't look threatening at all, really, did they? They had that 5-10 minutes when they dominated the ball and they looked dangerous, partly, but no, it was very, very good. Another good win again.
Indeed. Your highlight of the man of the match for us, Jay?
I think Sky gave it a mark. I would probably got one stuck myself. He controlled Sterling all game. Sterling not in the best form, but absolutely brilliant again today, Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, unbelievably brilliant. Jay, we're going into Europa League. What am I saying? Quarter-final action? Or is it quarter-final?
No,
last 16. Last 16. Last 16. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
You have a ridiculous amount of games.
Yeah, you do. The final 32, last 16. We're going to the last 16 against Lask. Good Europa Cup run. You could see that this team, it's winning games, isn't it? It could go all the way.
That's it. You kind of expect it at the moment. You don't expect us to slip up at any point. We've got, obviously, we should be beating Lask, home and away. And then, who we get in the quarter and the semis. It's going to be luck of the draw. It's not to avoid into the final stages, but if we draw them, and we'll play them and hopefully shut Lukaku up as well.
Shut Lukaku up as well.
I thought it was to shoot your cock off as well, for some reason. Don't want to shoot your cock off.
I mean, I get excited by the Europa League.
Yeah, I'm not shooting no cock off. Jay, what was I going to say? What do you think, both Jays, what do you think is going through Paul Pogba's mind right now? Does he want to be back in this squad?
I'll let Jay, my namesake, go first.
My point of view, I think he should be worried. He should be really worried. I mean, the team is performing well without him. Of course, you feel Pogba coming back in, it could change the team's performance, how we play essentially. But Fred's finally hit some form. And of course, McTominay always looks good when he starts. And will they be able to play it together, Bruno and Pogba? I don't know. I hope so. But, time will tell, I suppose.
Time will tell, indeed. Jay, thank you very much for your call. Jay, over to you.
I think, the thing with Pogba is he gets a lot of stick. Some of it deserved, some of it a bit harsh. People saying, he doesn't want to be here and all the rest of it. He doesn't want to be here. He said he wants to leave. He wants a new challenge. But I still think he wants to play football. I'm not buying into this idea that he doesn't want to play at all. So I do think he'll be looking at that with a little bit of envy. And let's remember that Paul Pogba is on his day a world-class player, and he's not really had a midfield partner of that ilk, has he really?
No.
Mkhitaryan, sort of, maybe not quite was there. I'm talking about an attacking midfielder. And now we've got Bruno. If you're a footballer and you see someone like Bruno come into your team, you want to play alongside him, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Franklin, you're back. Franklin.
Yeah, guys.
What are you saying about Paul Pogba?
Oh, Paul Pogba again. Paul Pogba. Should we be talking about Paul Pogba right now? We just won a derby.
I know, but we've chatted about the derby for 41 minutes, so I just thought we'll just message Paul Pogba a tiny bit. What do you think he's looking at? He's looking at the Man United team who've gone out to Old Trafford, done the double for the first time in 10 years, buzzing, the celebrations on the bench unbelievable. He's got to be scratching their head going, I want to get back in that team.
But first of all, when it comes to the issue of Paul Pogba, yes, we knew that he said he wanted a new challenge. But all the time, if Paul Pogba really wanted to live in
in the summer, he could have forced the move. We know that. But it's just that he has an agent that's just gone TV and start talking rubbish. That's why all this acrimony about Paul Pogba is coming up. I think the way the team is playing right now, let's see. If first of all, I've been a Paul Pogba fan since he was 16 years old. I followed him since he was 16. I've been his fan. When he came back, I started being his fan again. At the same time, I'm a fan of Manchester United. If he wants to stay, then he stay. If he doesn't want to stay, we'll wish him all the best. So it's not about Paul Pogba right now. The team is bigger than one man. So if he wants to stay, good. If he doesn't want to stay, so be it. Wish him all the best. But he hasn't come out to say, okay, I want to leave. I want to leave ever since we've been talking. He's been injured. And it's not like he's faking injury. But will Paul Pogba make this team better? Yes, he would make this team better because he's a world-class player. He's our best player, but he's not been playing. So, and today we just won the derby, so I should be talking more about the derby. I want to talk about Fred. Right.
Talk about Fred.
Fred should be. I think Fred should be, because today I was reading on Telegraph. We say that Mourinho said to Fred that your days are numbered. 6 days later, Mourinho was sacked. And coming from that kind of bleep, coming from that kind of struggle, and playing the way he's playing right now, I think Fred should be our player of the season, because he has, every time they've tried, he has done the job. Last season, Luke Shaw was our player of the season. We know
still
that
baffles me that.
Yeah, that
will be a dark day.
Shocking decision by fans and players alike.
We fell for it though, didn't we?
You see what Fred was doing. You can see even the goals. The assist from Bruno Fernandes. You saw what Fred did. You saw the movement he made. They thought he was going to hit the ball, and you see the kind of thing he's just doing it. He's just doing very difficult things, very simple. Trying to tackle the ball, trying to play the ball forward. Everything about him is forward. Even when Martial was out of the game, Bruno Fernandes was out of the game, you can see that he's still in command of the game. So he really had a good game today. And Daniel James, I think he had the best game since he came to Man United today.
Really? I thought he was a bit.
Yeah.
I thought he was a bit poor.
You were
ganging up on you, by the way.
You had me on the Fred line. I was with you completely there, mate. I was going along with that one. But Daniel James' best game in United shirt. Sorry, mate. I'm not having that one. His debut was better.
No, it's my opinion.
Yeah. It is your opinion. It's your opinion show.
Look at it. Okay, let me look at it from this direction. The coach took out our striker, took him out. Yeah. And Daniel James was there. All he was doing was chasing the ball. Yeah, his end product wasn't that good. But this comes with young players. And I don't believe Daniel James ever thought in his head when he was signed by Man United that he would play up to 10 games this season. But he's playing.
Played about 30 odd now, hasn't he?
Yeah. You know, whenever I call on this show, I always talk about Daniel James that is very, very poor. But today, I didn't see him being poor, because that was his strategy. Take the ball, go on the run, do what you can do. If you can if you can shoot. If you can make a pass. And he was doing that. He was just running City defense. He was running the City defense like they are playing Sunday league football. So I think he had one of his best games today, in my own opinion.
Right, Franklin, thank you very much for your call, Franklin. Lovely to speak to you over from Spain. Legend always gets in touch. Maybe one of our last callers has been going for 45 minutes speaking to you. Mo's on the line.
Oh, hello.
Mo, how you doing?
Hi. I'm all right. What a win, what a performance from the lads.
From the lads.
That was a really good performance. I enjoyed every bit of it. But I just didn't think like Man City had a chance today. Like I didn't feel any pressure at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the beginning, I honestly thought like we had a good chance, and I just didn't feel anything that Man City could cause any problem. But then at the end, when we sit down, I really thought like that was really bad, because Man City have got like quality players, and they can make a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Who's your man of the match, Mo? Oh, sorry.
I would say Fred.
Fred.
He was really everywhere today. He was...
A lot of Fred love.
Like,
A lot of Fred loving.
Can't argue with it. Can't argue with that one, mate. I thought he was very good.
I just want to say one thing about Ole. I think he has done great. I have seen a lot of people saying that we need director of football, but I really think that he understands what the board is doing. I think he's the man. Like, he's sort of the Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
I think he understands the system that they want to work with, but I really think they need to stick to, because I think he's doing a great thing in Man United, which other managers they didn't do. He's developing players. The players he has brought so far has been great. I just think like it's really silly. Like if you just sack him after 1 year and then go for someone who hasn't done anything at all in 5 years, like in Tottenham.
Mo.
So I just think, yeah.
I just want to say thank you very much for being our last caller today, Mo.
Well done, Mo.
Thank you so much. Thank
Good comments.
You're a legend, Mo.
I did pick Matic as man of the match, but I can't argue with Fred. It's close. It's paper thin match. Both of them, I thought were outstanding in midfield. And I thought, overall, it wasn't like a vintage where we blew them away. Yeah. We did what we needed to do. We rode our luck a little bit, as one of the callers said earlier, but I think we were good for our win.
We were good. Do us a favour, if you're new to the stream, smash the like button. If you think Manchester is red, we've got Adam McCullough. Have we got Adam McCullough coming up from Old Trafford?
Andy Tate is not going on the channel now in a minute. His Fancam's going to be up.
Andy Tate is on the channel, and then McCullough. I thought Andy Tate was doing the fan channels.
No. His Fancam is ready to go once this is ended. So if you're watching the channel now, in 5 minutes' time, Andy Tate
is going, and he met Transformer yesterday.
He met Optimus Prime.
He was buzzing. Thank you very much.
Not as buzzing as Optimus Prime.
No, he was so happy. Jay, thank you very much for coming all the way from Old Trafford. I will see you soon. We've got big games coming up. We've got Lask, we've got Tottenham, we've got a Champions League charge, we've got a Europa League charge, we've got an FA Cup charge, and we want to thank you very much. So smash the like button, and we'll see you in a bit. Goodbye. Bye.